guys, I told you about this in the other video. It's hurting me really, really badly. And I would just like to know, I'm just trying to understand this. You know, I probably know doctors are watching my videos, but everyday people can just maybe know things sometimes, okay? This is fucking throbbing. This is fucking killing me, okay? And I was just wondering, you know, when you get cut, right? I'm just trying to use common sense here, but when you get cut, you have a cut and it scabs over and it's in the air and it heals, or it might have a bandage over it. But this is underneath my nail. How is it gonna do anything but freaking throb and hurt? And you get what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be a baby, but it's hurting worse now than it did before. I just read the discharge papers. I hadn't read them. They don't even talk about if you're in pain, take pain medication. They say if it doesn't get better in a day or two, to seek medical attention, i.e. go back. Remember, this was a piece of wood that's friggin' like 40 years old, okay? They did this without removing my nail, but maybe they did need to remove my nail, okay? Because they say they make every effort to get all of it out, but when it's embedded in your nail, it's fucking throbbing like crazy. You know what I mean? It's really, really hurting. And I just was wondering why. And also, I'm just trying to use my brain here and think, when you get a cut in the open, it gets to scab over. What happens when it's underneath your nail like that? You see that? That splinter wood was all the way halfway embedded down in my nail. And they didn't remove the nail. You know what I mean? Not that I wanted my nail removed, but I'm just saying, they didn't remove the nail. And I'm sorry, but it even says on the paper, we make every effort to remove the splinter, but pieces can remain. Yeah, especially when it's embedded in your nail. And then it can become infected. I mean, I feel it fucking throbbing underneath the nail. Is that normal? And I can't bend the finger down. See, I can bend those fingers down. I can't bend this finger down. Like that. It's fucking killing me. I can see it moving underneath the nail. I mean, I'm just wondering, I'm just trying to use my brain here. How does that heal when it's underneath the nail? It's going to have constant pressure on it. I can't ice it. I mean, is it, you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be a baby here. I'm not trying to whatever, but it's fucking throbbing like crazy, and I'm just wondering how something like that would heal when it has nowhere to go. It's like a pressure building up like a dam or something. You get it? I mean, they had to pull it out, but now it's, of course, all bloody, and where can a scab, I mean, it's just throbbing like crazy. Press on that, it's gonna kill. I can feel it. I feel like You know what I mean? I can look at it and the nail's moving underneath. I don't know. I think maybe under these circumstances, they needed to remove the nail. I didn't go to the emergency. I don't know if I went to it, one of those express places, and I don't know what kind of surgery they do. They maybe would have had to send me to the emergency anyway. I don't know. But I think under these circumstances where it's halfway embedded in my fingernail, and you can leave pieces behind, plus the wood is 40 years old, and it could have all kinds of, I think maybe they should have removed the nail to make sure it's really properly cleaned and taken care of and everything. You could see it when I did it. There's a black, thick line going down halfway down my nail, I just don't know how it's going to heal. And it really hurts, and I would like you guys to maybe explain to me how it's going to heal when it's covered with a tight nail, you know what I mean? Again, we've all gotten cut, but when you get cut, it scabs over, and it has room to breathe. It has room to be. How is that underneath your nail? How is that going to heal when it's just like there's nowhere for it to go? And it's throbbing like crazy. I was just wondering if any of you know. Because I don't understand. I thought they'd have to remove my nail. They didn't remove my nail. They took it out. Can you imagine if I have to go back and have them remove my nail and get the 3 needles in my finger again? Jesus fucking Christ. All because I was stupid. Hurts. Remember last week when I did the whole thing with the foot and the leg and the gap or whatever, I couldn't put pressure on it or I hurt, but when I was just lying in the hospital, the whatever you call the stretcher bed out, because they didn't have me in a room. They had me in a room at first, but then they had me out in the open. That only hurt when I would step on it. When I was lying there, it wasn't killing, This is hurting. It's throbbing. And I'm just wondering how something like this heals when it's underneath the fucking nail. I'm also wondering if under those circumstances they should have erred on the side of caution and removed the nail, sent me to surgery, sent me to the hospital, called the emergencies, anything, okay? Under the circumstances where you can have difficulty getting it all out. I mean, if it's underneath the nail, aren't you going to have huge difficulty getting it all out and possibly leave it behind? And it's fucking 40 years old, and we're already gone to the bathroom. You know what I mean? It's a lot of variables where it can get contaminants in it. They even say on the discharge papers, I had my tetanus shot in 2012. I know that was when I was in the shelter for those 6.5 months. I did a whole bunch of things at that time, okay? Because I got on Mass Health and everything, and I got a proof of disability, and I got, I did everything, so. Just tell me, though. Just explain this shit to me, people. It says on there, you might have to have a tetanus shot if you don't know when you last had one, or if If you don't have, when you last had one, or something, or area was contaminated. If this is 40-year-old wood where Omar shits, okay, don't you think maybe they should have erred on the side of caution and taken the nail off and did the surgery, like had it be surgery instead of just pulling it out from the top and you don't know if you get it all. And the reason I'm saying that is because it's hurting worse. The pain's gotten worse throughout the day, not better. And obviously I was in pain after the numbness wore off from the needle. The needle was to numb the finger, okay? The 3 shots. And the third one, like I said, I screamed. Couldn't help it. It was horrible. I fucking screamed, okay? The pain is worse now even than it was earlier after the numbness had worn off. The pain's getting worse. And I'm feeling it through my whole finger, the whole top, not just on the nail. It's stiff. I can't bend it. See, I can bend those ones. I can't bend the finger down. It's throbbing like crazy. It's very disconcerting because it's under there and I don't know what's happening. And I didn't want my nail removed, but I was positive. Actually, I thought they would have to remove the nail. I didn't know they might have to send me to the hospital. But I thought they'd have to remove the nail because I just thought that. I didn't know they could pull it out from the top. It's really hurting me. Maybe I should stick it in apple cider vinegar. I'll never forget when Mike Adams talked about how his chicken got ripped apart by a fox or something, and the chicken should have been left for dead. It was just really, really bad off, and he used apple cider vinegar on it, and he's a real believer in apple cider vinegar. This is really hurting me, and it scares me because I can't. It's covered by a nail. You get it? It's not like a cut on your hand or your leg, or this is covered by a nail. And it's throbbing like fucking crazy. And I don't know if that's how it's supposed to be. You can't ice it. You can't do anything. And I don't know. I don't think I'm going to stick it in apple cider vinegar. I have apple cider vinegar and water left over. I was putting it on this leg. This hurts. I don't know what's going on, people. I really don't. But obviously, if you're pulling that out, it's going to be blood underneath, and they'd have to do this with people. But I read the discharge papers, and it said sometimes a nail has to be removed if something's deeply embedded. This was deeply embedded, and they didn't remove the nail. They pulled it out from the top. But again, we're dealing with the backwood deck that's fucking 40 years old around, and we're dealing with the fact that it was where Omar had gone in the bathroom. It said on the paper they were gonna, after they took the splinter out, they were gonna clean the wound. I remember them cleaning it afterwards. But while they have hope they had iodine on it, I guess that's what they consider cleaning it. I got it on my jeans. Hope it comes out. I already lost the one pair of jeans, remember, last week, and they had to cut them up all the way. I'm saving them, saving them as a souvenir of my stupidity. Now we have stupidity times 2. This is diluted apple cider vinegar that I put on my leg. I'm going to stick my finger in it and see what happens. Feels the same. Doesn't feel any better, any worse, but apple cider vinegar does have healing properties. The good shit. This is the good shit with the mother, you know. It's organic and it's with the mother. And people swear by it as a healing agent, you know. It heals. It's really good. It's super late. I'm forgiving myself though. I slept in the afternoon. Not for all that long, but I stayed up. Oh yeah, I was talking to Selena for a long time. Then I wanted to watch some shows, and then I made some videos. Maybe I only made this video. I don't know. Hurts. They say to use it as little as possible. I have been using it as possible. I used it a little bit. I'm not using it. I can't type. I can't write. I used it a little bit to, I have it down, but I'm not, you know, I'm using the other finger to type, and it was just to log on. It's not like I'm typing anything for long, or texting, or anything like that, no. Can't. I couldn't if I wanted to. This is my writing hand. I can't, it's throbbing like fucking crazy. I can't bend it. Show it to you. I can't bend it. See, I can bend those. I can't bend that one down. It's impossible. I can't do it. Okay, see that? Can't do it. It won't go down. It's all stiff and hurting and throbbing. And I just was wondering if you guys are familiar with that, any of you. And if you can explain to me how it's going to heal when it's covered with a tight nail. It's not like, don't step on my glasses, baby. It's not like where it's out in the open. Even when you have a cut out in the open, covered with a bandage, it's lightly covered with a bandage. How is this going to scab over the blood and heal when it's covered by a tight nail? Can you guys explain that to me? I would appreciate it, because it's hurting really bad, and I thought about that. I'm like, that's blood. It's going to scab over, but where's the scab going to go if it's underneath your fucking nail? You know? It doesn't make sense to me. Like I said, I thought they were going to have to remove the nail, and that was going to suck, but it would go back, you know. They remove half of it. It's considered surgery, even if they don't remove the nail. Just taking that out is considered surgery. But if I'm going to have to get 3 needles again, and it was, you know what I mean? I wish they had done it the first time. It's just minor surgery. I'm sure they do it at that place. Okay? They do other things. You know, I'm sure they call it urgent care. I bet that they can do minor surgery. I'm sure when they do minor surgery, it's the same thing. They have to numb you. Well, I was already numb. Wish you had done it then, because this is throbbing like a motherfucker, and I have a bad feeling that I'm going to have to go back and have the 3 needles again. I'm just an idiot anyway. And I haven't felt like putting my shoes on. And I was trying to, I forget what I was doing. I don't know, but I've gone out on that deck in bare feet, and that's stupid too. I don't know why I do such stupid things. Won't do it again, though, now that I know. Come here, baby. Now that I know, idiot, I'm such just an idiot. I don't know what I do. I talk about my mom doing stuff. Careful, baby. Don't be jumping up that way. You're going to hurt yourself. Oh, my God. You're going to strangle yourself. We put the two couches together because he had too much room to jump up this way on this table, and he was doing it. And now he got stuck in between that. Like, what am I supposed to do? I can only protect this blind dog so much. It's like I can only protect my mom so much, okay? I'm a nervous fucking wreck all the time. That was really stupid of you, Omar. There's only so much we can do. We put the couches together like this to keep him from jumping up on this table, and now he did it with his neck between that little spot like that. Between the two couches. Why are you trying to jump on that table? There's nothing over there, Holmes. Alright. I know when I have the ear stuff, when my ears are hurting me, you could put, I read online you can do it. I was putting too much in it. It was stupid. Luckily I stopped myself, or I could have been damaged my ears. But hydrogen peroxide. And when you hear it sizzling, okay, so what if I stick this in hydrogen peroxide? Do you think it will start bubbling up or something? And then that will show something's going on. Should I try that? You see, that was halfway down this nail. I just would think, especially reading their discharge papers, it says, well, every effort will be made to get all of the splinter out. You know, sometimes little fragments are left behind. Yeah, probably especially when it's under a nail and you can't even see what you're doing. You know, I think that it was not good that they didn't remove the nail. I have a feeling that it was not good. Maybe if I had called 911 and gone to the emergency, they would err on the side of caution and remove the nail. Because if I have to go back and get 3 fucking needles again, I'm going to be mad. Where is it? Where's the hydrogen peroxide? Here it is. I'm going to do the hydrogen peroxide and see what happens. Down it, please. I had a primary care physician appointment that was supposed to be for pap smear and for physical and all that, and I'm way overdue for my period, so I decided to not. I rescheduled, and it feel like it. I've been doing other crap. I just didn't feel like it, you know. I just didn't feel like going, so I didn't go. I already did my blood work. I didn't do the poop thing, tet thing yet. Omar, come here, baby. Now I'm going to stick this in the hydrogen peroxide. Come here, Omar. Oh, God. Come here, baby. Come here, come here, come here. Come here. What's good for that for honey? Come here, baby. Come here. Good. And you can't think, oh, well, if you hadn't canceled your appointment, Laura, then this wouldn't have happened. It could have happened any time, okay? apparently it was inevitable for it to happen once, and it'll never happen again. I even told my mom, okay, because she's done it too when he's gone diarrhea. It's because it was diarrhea, and we poured water over it, but it was still there because it went down in the cracks, and that's what I was trying to do and get it out. And because I figured if I poured all this water on it, it's still there, then I'll at least get it with a paper towel. Yeah, I've warned my mom now. No, don't do it, Mom. Don't even try it. Don't do it. If it's not hard poo-poo, leave it alone. If we can't get it with water, let it sit. I don't care. Or you just do it a lot. Keep pouring water over and over and over, more so than. This is hydrogen peroxide. I am surprised though. Usually when they do anything, they would say, if you're in pain, take over the counter something. It didn't even say that. You only need a tetanus shot, it says every 10 years, but it's a little disconcerting that the discharge paper said if you don't know when you last got it, something else, or if it was contaminated. We know damn well this area was contaminated. That's a given. There's no way that it wasn't. It's a stupid old deck that's like 40-year-old wood, and again, Andover goes to the bathroom on it. It says if you're not feeling better in 1 to 2 days. Would most people wait 2 days? I don't know. I know it's killing me. 6 hours, it'll be 1 day. It says all the things they say when you've heard. Keep it elevated, keep it clean. They didn't bandage it.